Holy Toledo, I am back with, this could be like a good exercise, with a book haul from ALA Midwinter, courtesy of my wonderful friends Amber and Stacey at Page Turners. Hey girls, you guys spoiled me rotten. I mean, holy heck. I mean, wow. Look at all this. Let's go through it, shall we? First book is a middle grade read, and as some of you know, I have two teens and I have a tween, and this just sounds like the perfect book for her. It's called Poppy Mayberry, The Mundie. It's Nova Kids Book 1. It's so cute. And it's by author Jenny K. Brown. It's been blurbed by the author of Serafina and the Black Cloak. And the book is about what if your teacher could read your mind just because she was born on a Thursday? That could have been really scary for me. Or the kid next to you in class could turn back the clock just because he was a Wednesday. In the quirky town of Nova, all of this is normal. Poppy Mayberry, an almost 11-year-old Mundie, should be able to pass notes in class or brush her dog, Pickle, without lifting a finger, but Poppy's Mundie telekinesis ability has some kinks, and that plate of spaghetti she's passing may just end up on someone's head. If that's not bad enough, practically perfect Ellie Preston is out to get her, and Principal Wibble wants to send Poppy to a remedial summer school to work on her powers. It's enough to make a girl want to disappear, if only she were a Friday. This sounds so cute. Really cool to tie in magical abilities or superpowers with the days of the week. My tween and I are gonna love this. The next book comes out in June of this year, and it's called Liberty, the Spy Who, parentheses, kind of. It's by Andrea Cortez, who is also the author of Anatomy of a Misfit. Wow, this book, with all the stuff in the news lately, sounds really, really good. Sean Raines, the young man who exposed America's unconstitutional spying techniques, is a hero, even if half the dum-dums in the country think he's a traitor. And Paige's parents, journalists who were captured by terrorists while telling stories of the endangered and oppressed, they were heroes too, were or are. No one ever has told Paige if they're still alive or dead. Who are not heroes? Anyone in the government who abandoned her parents, letting them rot halfway across the world. And certainly Paige herself, who despite her fluency in 5 languages and mastery of several obscure martial arts, thanks Mom, could do nothing to save them. Couldn't, that is, until she's approached by Madden Carter, an undercover operative who gives her a mission: fly to Russia, find Raines, and discover what other government secrets he stockpiled. In exchange, he'll reopen the case of her missing parents. Wow. I mean, this is, like a teen WikiLeaks spy novel. I'm dying to read this. I am all in on this story. So the next book is one that Stacey told me about, and she said, you know what, Sophie, oh my gosh, this book is so you. And then guess what she and Amber did? They picked up a copy for me. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. They know how much I love anything having to do with the Austen era. This is very tongue-in-cheek, funny. I've heard nothing but, 4 and 5-star reviews for it. It's been blurbed by Heidi Heilig, the author of The Girl from Everything, who says, a dizzying, dazzling, and roguishly romantic romp. Yes. That's exactly what I needed. It comes out June 2017. And you guys, it's just funny. It says right at the top, it's like the little tagline: everyone is falling in love with The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, the big gay European road trip novel you didn't know you were waiting for. Oh, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I can hardly wait. I need some humor and snark and just flat out funniness in my life. So the next book comes out in May of this year, and I've seen this already in a couple of hauls from other booktubers and bookstagrammers. It's called York by Laura Ruby, who was a National Book Award finalist, and it's book 1 in the Shadows Cipher. So what this is about, it sounds like it's kind of an alternative history of New York. It's 1798, and the twin architects and engineers Tess and Theodore Morningstar arrived in New York with a vision for a city the world has never seen, a symphony of towering skyscrapers, the world's first mass public transportation system winding among them, and a dazzling array of buildings and parks, all of which run on mysterious technology. 57 years later, they disappeared, but not before giving the city a parting gift: the Old York Cipher, a puzzle laid into the very city they constructed, at the end of which was a promised treasure beyond all imagining. But the present day, however, the puzzle has never been solved, and the greatest mystery of the modern world is considered little more than a tourist attraction. Tess and Theo Biederman, twins named for the enigmatic architects, and their friend Jamie Cruz live in a Morningstar apartment, but their home is threatened when a real estate developer announces that the city has agreed to sell him the 5 remaining Morningstar buildings. For millions of people, the sale of the Morningstar's vision means the end of the dream of the Old York Cipher. For Tess, Theo, and Jamie, the loss of their home, their families evicted, if they want to save their building, they have to prove that the old York cipher is real. So this sounds like a treasure hunt and just a cool story about New York. What do you guys think? It comes out May 2017. So the next combines my two absolute themes that I love. One is time travel and the other is Jane Austen and Stacey and Amber. Thank you so much. It comes out on May 2nd, 2017. It's called The Jane Austen Project, and it's by Kathleen A. Flynn. It says, what would you give up so she could live? It's about two travelers, Rachel Katzman and Liam Finucane, and they arrive in London in 1815 London. They pose as wealthy West Indies planters, a doctor and his spinster sister. But they're not the first team from the future to go back. Their mission is to meet, befriend, and steal from Jane Austen herself. They've been trained by the Royal Institute for Special Topics in Physics. Disaster relief Dr. Rachel and actor turned scholar Liam have little in common besides their extraordinary circumstances they find themselves in, circumstances that call for Rachel to stifle her independent nature and let Liam take the lead as they infiltrate Austen's circle via her favorite brother Henry. By diagnosing Jane's fatal illness and obtaining an unpublished novel hinted at in her letters, pose enough of a challenge without the continuous convulsions of living a lie. This sounds like a mystery. It involves Jane Austen and her final novel and her family and time travel. Wow, that's gotta be kind of cool. This next book comes out June 6, 2017, and it already says that it's perfect for fans of Victoria Aveyard and Sabaa Tahir, and it's called Song of the Current by Sarah Tolsiller. Guess who blurbed it? Stephanie Garber, author of Caraval, which I just finished a really quick spoiler-free book review about Caraval, 5 stars. So I'm totally excited. This involves pirates and a river god. Perfect summer reading. Okay, the next book, I don't think Stacey and Amber even knew, but one of the first books before I found or discovered Twilight, I went to the library and I picked up a book by Gail Carson Levine. I don't think they knew that at all. And so they gave me her latest book. I can't believe this. It's called The Lost Kingdom of Bamar. And Gail Carson Levine famously wrote Ella Enchanted, among other books. I am so looking forward to this. It's everything that I love about her writing. And it looks very much like a hero's journey about a girl that has to save her people. It's Gail. I'm there. Now this next book I have seen again in some book hauls and unboxings, etc. from publishers on Bookstagram and here on BookTube. It comes out May 2017 and it's called Eliza and Her Monsters and it's by Francesca Zappia, author of Made You Up. And they say that this is Afterworlds meets Nimona. It's about art, it's about fandom, and finding the courage to be yourself. Oh, you guys, this is, again, everything I love. It's about a girl who is shy and friendless, but online, she is Lady Constellation, anonymous creator of the webcomic Monster Sea. With millions of followers and fans, Eliza's persona is popular, but she can't imagine enjoying the real world as much as she loves her digital community. Then, a few key members of the fandom, Wallace Warland, transfers to her school and Eliza begins to wonder if a life offline might be worthwhile. This sounds so good and it reminds me of Rainbow Rowell's Fangirl as well, and I love this. Thank you again. Okay, this last book is one that just sounds really good, and it's a period of history that I'm not terribly familiar with. Andrew Taylor's The Ashes of London, 1666. As the city burns, the hunt for a killer begins, and this is released in March of 2017. So what happens is in London, September 1666, the Great Fire rages through the city, but they find a mummified body in the ashes of St. Paul's in a tomb that should have been empty. So the investigation begins, and some of the praise for it says thrilling, gripping, fast-moving, incredible, a breathtakingly ambitious picture of an era. This is from the critically acclaimed author of The American Boy and The Scent of Death. Wow, this sounds awesome. And again, it's a period of history I know very little about. So thanks so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this little book haul or big fat book haul from Amber and Stacey at Page Turners. Do me a favor, check out Page Turner's blog. I'll post a link down below. If you like these kind of videos that I'm doing, just, subscribe. And who knows, one of these days I'm going to do another giveaway. Just you wait. Yes, I will. See you next time. Cut.